Check out this video. This is from the Dr. Phil show. It's a 5th grade teacher. So he's just a 5th grade teacher, this guy, trying to explain basic biology to several trans activists. And watch how it goes.
Transgender boys who might not have their own money to go buy tampons, if they're provided free in the bathroom, it's a huge plus.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Cis men don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
If
some
your
point
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary?
They're
We're
not
excluding
men.
a whole group of people
They're women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men. You are not a man. You can pretend to be a man, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Live your life. And tell me what a man is.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an
The
example
science.
when we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely
They
different
are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
And
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept that
things.
distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up. The people who hate the truth, are because they see the truth as hateful. If you want to identify in any way you can, you're free to do so. But that does not mean that the rest of us have to join that illusion. You disagree, I disagree with you, and so you call it hate. But there's no hate in my heart at all, so that's
You
wrong.
are being hateful when you tell somebody that identifies as a man that they're not a man.
That's not hateful. That's a fact.
I have to say, that's the 3rd time I've watched that video today, and that teacher, Ray, can we find him? I'd love to have him on, because what a calm, decent explainer of the truth. And it's funny, I always say this thing about how when you're telling the truth, you don't have to be screaming, and you can sort of tell it in people's body languages, because you can just communicate it honestly without being hysterical and everything. Even the way he's kind of sitting there, like, well, you guys have come to the conclusion. It's not reality, but you've come to that conclusion, not based on solid arguments or science. I love how she's suddenly for science. Yeah, right, science, okay, fine. We got to get that guy on the show. I think he'd be and he's just a 5th grade teacher who's putting his butt on the line to do that, because I have no doubt that he's getting a ton of hate on that. But good for Dr. Phil to even have that, be willing to have that conversation. And I just want to say one other thing on this before we move on to the next clip. If you're a dude and your vagina's bleeding, you've got a problem, okay? Clip that and send it around the internet.